Are you worried about your teenager's confidence? One of the things I hear most from moms sounds something like this. Kristen, my daughter's confidence is so low. Or my son second guesses everything. Or she compares herself constantly to other people. Or maybe you've thought, I've told her 100 times how amazing she is, but she just doesn't believe me. And every single time I hear this from a mom, my heart breaks because I know how much these moms love their teenagers. These are not the moms who don't care. They're not the moms who are checked out. These are the moms reading the parenting books at 11 p.m. They're listening to all the podcasts. They're checking in to the YouTube videos. They're praying, they're trying, thinking, worrying, caring deeply. And yet, can I offer you a thought that might completely change the way you see this? What if your teenager's confidence isn't the first thing to look at? What if you need to look at your own worry first? Let me tell you a story. Think back to when you were teaching your little child to ride a bike. You know the scene. They're wobbling, you're jogging alongside them. One hand is gripping the back seat, and you're saying, "You've got this. You're doing great. Keep pedaling." But your hand never lets go because you're afraid they're going to fall. Now imagine you are the child. What message are you receiving here? Your ears hear, "You've got this," but your experience says, "Mom doesn't think I can do this without her." Eventually, every parent has to make this terrifying decision. You have to let go. And this is not because you don't care. Obviously, you do. It's not because you want them to fall. It is because they cannot discover that they can ride while someone else is holding the bike. Confidence is not built because someone told you you could do something. Confidence is built because you experienced yourself doing something hard. Teenagers are not all that different. Let me tell you a story about my daughter. She's actually just this week, in the last week, she and her friend decided they're going to start sewing. So I have a sewing machine in the closet. She pulled it out. They were practicing sewing. I was so impressed because sewing kind of like drives me crazy. If it's wired perfectly, I'm happy. I like it. I can sew. But anytime something messes up, I get a little flustered and overwhelmed. While I was upstairs, I could hear my daughter sewing downstairs and the machine was going and she had been working on this for a while. And all of a sudden I heard a beep, 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 beep. The machine was having an error. I could tell by the way that the machine was making noise that it was having an error. I didn't know what was going on, and I felt it, that mom urge to go help, because I know what you're thinking. I just want to help. All moms think this. If you have that phrase running through your mind, I want you to think about what it is that you're just trying to help, because generally speaking, you're saying it, you're having to defend yourself because probably your teenager doesn't want your help. And I'm not saying that this is being a doormat. I'm not saying to be just a permissive, passive parent. I'm saying think before you go. So when I heard that sewing machine error, I said to myself, I could go down to offer moral support, to say, hey, can I help with anything? I knew that I probably wouldn't have the answer because I get annoyed with my sewing machine. So I decided to let it go. And it happened a couple different times. And she didn't call up to me. She didn't call and say, Mom, can you help me? If she would have, I probably would have gone to help. But she wanted to try and figure it out on her own. And I had to make a personal decision. I'm not going to go down there. I'm not going to meddle. I'm not going to mess with this. And this is always a case by case basis. I tell the moms that I coach, they're striving to become trusted. There's this spectrum, the spectrum of permissive parenting. Let them do whatever. Don't say anything. Or, telling them what to do. Trusted parenting is very nuanced. It's somewhere in the middle, and these situations are case by case. So we're talking about confidence today. And I want to talk about, how a toddler is learning to walk. If you've ever been around toddlers, you've probably seen this happen. A toddler trips and falls down, and then they pause and they look at mom, and every parent listening, I know you're all thinking this, the toddler is not immediately deciding whether they're hurt. They're deciding, how should I interpret what just happened? If mom gasps, are you okay? The toddler generally cries. Am I right? Do you remember this? If mom smiles and says, oopsie, you okay? See how there's just a little bit of a difference. The toddler often pops back up and keeps running. The fall was not different. It was the interpretation that was. And teenagers still do this. They are looking to you to interpret all of the things that they do. Right, wrong, mistakes, their homework and their chores and their friends and their phone use and their dating. If they don't make the team, if they fail a test, if their boyfriend breaks up with them, if they don't get invited by a friend, their friends leave them out, they make a mistake. And while they may not physically look at you when all of these things happen, they're still looking at you. They are saying, is this survivable? Am I okay? Do I believe I can handle this? And sometimes without even realizing it, your fear answers before their wisdom does. I hear moms saying things like, I'm terrified she's going to make one mistake that changes everything. Have you ever thought that before? I feel responsible for his confidence. I don't know where confidence comes from if it doesn't come from me, right? Telling them that they're amazing. We all know that kids don't necessarily want to hear it from mom. They want to be able to experience it from others. Maybe you said all the right things and they still don't believe you. Are you catching this common thread? Responsibility, pressure, not confidence. Moms are carrying a job. You are carrying a job you were never meant to carry. It is not your job to carry your teenager's confidence. And guess what? All of your worrying, your outside anxiety, whether you're saying it out loud or just feeling it, they feel it. And their confidence goes down. Most moms think the equation looks something like this. Teen confidence goes down, mom encouragement goes up. More talks, more reassurance, more convincing, more reminding of the things that they have to do. But what if the equation actually looks more like this? Mom anxiety is way up here. Teen confidence actually falls down here because your teenager borrows more than just your words. They borrow your emotional posture, right? How you're standing. They borrow your urgency. They feel it. They feel your panic. They feel your catastrophizing of the worst case scenario and your confidence and your fear for them. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. So what am I supposed to do, Kristen? I'm just supposed to get rid of my worry and anxiety? Yes, it is something to work on. It is a pattern to break. Just let them ruin their lives? No, absolutely not. The options are not panic or apathy, letting them do whatever they want. There's a third option. It is leadership. I'm all about emotional leadership. It is steadiness. You can still have boundaries. You can still guide. You can still say no. You can still intervene. The difference is fear is not driving the bus anymore. And honestly, this is exactly who I have created the trusted method for. Let me tell you about it. But first, it's not for the moms who are screaming every day. I hear from moms all the time, I don't even yell. It's not for the moms whose homes are falling apart. It is for the thoughtful moms, the intentional moms, the moms trying so hard, like I know that you are, and that's why you're watching this video all the way through. It's for the moms who are caring so much, the moms who are lying awake at night wondering if you're doing enough, wondering what you could do differently, do better. It's for the moms who hear this episode right here and think, oh my goodness, this is me. Now, let me tell you what I have going on. I have two different options. One is a 1-hour experience that I call the Trusted Lab. It is a workshop. I'm going to link it down below where you come to better see and understand, is this something that is for me? So I'm going to first invite you to the Trusted Lab. Check the link to see when the next one is. And then after the Trusted Lab, when you have that awareness, you see, oh, I really do want to dig into this. I have a 30-day, what I call the Trusted Reset. It is resetting your thinking, your patterns. It is rewiring your brain. It is changing and practicing a new way of parenting. If you want to become more trusted by your teenager, which allows them to talk to you, get them to talk to you, and actually listen to what you have to say, to become trusted is to become this emotional leader, emotionally safe so that they want to talk to you. And that when they talk to you, they know that you're not trying to fix. They know that you're not trying to meddle. They know that you care, and they actually care about what you say because you've worked on becoming trusted and not just trying to fix and not just trying to help and not just telling them what to do. This is what I teach in the 30-day reset. So what do you feel is your next best step? Is it the 1-hour workshop that says, I need to figure out if this is for me, or if you're like, I already know this is for me. I've been following Kristen for a while. I've seen all the things that she's posted. I'm ready to step into something more. Come join us in the 30-day reset. If this episode felt like less information and more like somebody finally putting words to something that you've been carrying for years, I would love to help you. I would love to support you. I would love to coach you, because I wish I had somebody teaching me this when I started parenting teenagers 13 years ago. Because seeing the pattern is powerful, but awareness alone does not break patterns. Practice does. In the workshop, we see patterns. In the reset, we practice new patterns. And that's exactly what we're doing together. Remember, you cannot discover that you can ride while someone else is still holding the bike. Think of the bicycle analogy. Think of the toddler falling down. Think of my daughter with the sewing machine. Whichever one jumps out to you, you know what is your next best step. Check the links below. I'm here to support you where you need it.